viciously owned. Roam the streets, kayak on the weak. An attempt to remain alone. From the flying worlds are sealed. Forever still to swing. So let's fight in the cedar sea. Then we couple stand to range. Nestled in between broken dolls and tomes. A binary soul, an axios lodestone. Unworthy of redemption, Baku under pressure. Mistress of deception, an axios lodestone. From the falling ones are sealed, forever still to swing. So let's fight down the cedar sea. Then the clock will stand to rise. Between mortals on a sea, forever stained with strange. Respired in the subtleties, and we both stand deranged. So the soon set serene, broken heart and home, a forever torment, an axios stone.
Your appointment to FEMA should be finalized within the week. I've already discussed the matter with the senator.
I take it he was agreeable?
He didn't really have a choice.
Has he been infected?
Oh yes, most certainly. When I mentioned that we could put him on the priority list for the ambrosia vaccine, he was so willing it was almost pathetic.
This plague, the rioting is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? Let it spill over into the schools and churches. Let the bodies pile up in the streets. In the end, they'll beg us to save them.
I've received reports of armed attacks on shipments. There's not enough vaccine to go around, and the underclasses are starting to get desperate.
Of course they're desperate. They can smell their death, and the sound they'll make rattling their cage will serve as a warning to the rest.
I hope you're not underestimating the problem. The others may not go as quietly as you think. Intelligence indicates they're behind the problems in Paris.
A bunch of pretentious old men playing at running the world. The world left them behind long ago. We are the future.
We have other problems.
UNATCO?
Formed by executive order after the terrorist strike on the statue. I have someone in place, though. I'm more concerned about Savage. He's relocated to Vandenberg.
Our biochem corpus is far in advance of theirs, as is our electronic sentience, and their ethical inflexibility has allowed us to make progress in areas they refuse to consider.
The augmentation project?
Among other things, but I must admit that I have been somewhat disappointed in the performance of the primary unit.
The secondary unit should be online soon. It's currently undergoing preparation and will be operational within 6 months. My people will continue to report on its progress. If necessary, the primary will be terminated.
We've had to endure much, you and I, but soon there will be order again. A new age. Aquinas spoke of the mythical city on the hill. Soon, that city will be a reality, and we will be crowned its kings. Not better than kings. Gods.
But I've just been speaking while muted. That's the first time I've done that on stream. First time for everything. I'm not going to repeat what I said about the skills. You saw what I did anyway. Anyway. Just going to set up a new save for the stream. We're going to be making a lot of saves and there's going to be a lot of loading. The first bit of interesting dialogue you can get out of this game is if you manage to run past your brother Paul here and go up, you'll get a special message from Alex. We're gonna try for it maybe, but I don't expect we're gonna get it.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to meet you at the dock. The NSF is raiding the island and shots have been fired. I repeat, find Paul. I will monitor your situation from HQ.
No, fuck off, Paul.
Not so fast,
Paul, I thought you were in Hong Kong.
Nearly
Welcome
had
to the
it.
Coalition, JC. I might as well start using your code name.
What's going on?
The NSF. They hit one of our shipments. A few of them got away, but
What are we waiting for? Looks like a textbook assault.
the NSF took one of our agents hostage. The bots are holding the perimeter, but my orders are to hold back and send you in alone. I think someone high up wants to see how you handle the situation.
All I've got with me is a pistol and an electric prod. I don't mind a test, but UNATCO better issue some hardware.
Remember that we're police. Stick with the prod. It'll stun your opponents or knock them unconscious. A non-lethal takedown is always the most silent way to eliminate resistance. Just in case, though, Manderley wants you to pick an additional weapon. A sniper rifle, a GEP gun, or a mini crossbow.
Well, we're gonna use the option for the silent takedowns and go
Never
with the
know
Gep
when I
gun.
might come up against some heavy armor. Give me the Gep gun.
The Gep gun might be useful. They have a security bot on patrol near the statue entrance.
Great. What's the first move?
I'm going to give you a map of the island. If you can get to the North Dock, a UNATCO informant will give you a key to the statue doors. He responds to the code phrase, iron and copper. You could avoid a lot of fighting, though, if you found a back way to the statue.
I'll see how it looks on shore.
Your primary objective is the makeshift command center the terrorists have installed at the top of the statue. But don't forget about Agent Herman. We think he's being held on the ground floor.
What are my orders when I reach the command center?
Interrogate the leader. We don't yet know why the terrorists would risk an open assault.
Sweet. Got our Gep gun. So this crowbar is going to last us about halfway through the game, or maybe a third to halfway before we replace it with another melee weapon, but you get a lot of mileage out of it. Let's go back and get the stuff we missed. Binoculars, useless. Don't even bother. First lockpick. The first thing you might miss is down here. You can go in here, grab some extra items from these boxes. And we might...
What's your take on the situation, Corporal?
Those rebels are no match for our bots. We'd go right in if it weren't for the whole back order.
How'd they get one of our agents?
Gunter went rogue on us. When the order came, he wouldn't pull back. Now you get to bail him out.
What I was gonna say is we might start a collection of these sodas, so when I run the game in window mode it has a little bit delay when I bring up the inventory and stuff, so we'll just have to work around that. Just reorganize stuff a bit. 10mm pistol, useless, we won't be using that. Charger prod is, if you're doing a melee run, the absolute MVP, but we'll get to that later. Get going. Looks good enough. Yeah, so sodas will actually stack. So you can get about 20 hit points worth of healing out of a stack of sodas, and you can do the same for chocolate bars, and you can get 50 out of the soy chips. So everyone, make your best soy face. Alright. Grab some junk off this corpse.
If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy stealth course. Stay out of their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
Thanks, Alex. Just a hint that this game has locational damage. Believe it or not, that was a reasonably new concept back in the year 2000. Gas grenade. Gas grenades are pretty useful for a melee run. We're going to be using, well, saving them mostly, but using them at key points. The baton here, again, if we were going for a non-lethal run, that, well, non-lethal melee run, which I have also done, that is your BFF. No cats. This is not my first rodeo. I've played through this game, I don't know how many times, more than a dozen, well and truly. Funny thing is, I keep finding new stuff every time I play it. It's in my top 3 games of all time, an absolute masterpiece in my opinion. And yes, I did say soy chips. It's, like I said, this game ahead of its time in many ways. Whoops, I didn't want to overwrite. Oh, whatever. Let's go. Suppose we'll just go lethal here, because from memory you get some dialogue for doing lethal run. At least in the early parts, one of the NPCs chews you out a bit. Well, there is a description of it, so let's go. Oh, I don't have it yet. When we get some soy chips, I'll bring up the description so we can take a look. Here's one of the first things we will do, this bundle of TNT. is actually supremely useful, and it will be the first and only time we use this shitty pistol in our inventory. There'll be a lot less inventory management as we actually fill up our inventory, so just bear with me. Yeah, cutting edge gameplay from the turn of the century. It's not that I hate the 10mm, it's just we're trying to do a melee only run here, and oh, now I'm gonna have to exploit that, exploit this, yeah. Oh no, don't get me wrong, like the 10mm pistol, in fact really the stealth pistol, I love the stealth pistol, those can carry you through the whole game. You can do wonderful things with them. But for our purposes, we are just trying to, well, I'll recap for you, because it sounds like you weren't here since we began. My goal for this is to A, use melee as much as possible, and B, exploit the heck out of the game. I want to show off all the stupid exploits that I know and really rot the game to the nth degree. So that's what we're going to do as much as possible. There are a few times where I'll need to use explosives or thrown weapons and environmental things like turrets and so on and so forth, but yeah, to the extent possible, I'm gonna use melee. I have actually done it 100% melee and stealth before, but that's gonna make some of these sections really unpleasant to watch on stream, so just for the sake of watchability, I'll be a bit more expedient with those and abuse explosives and things. Anyhow, what we've unlocked here with that explosive thing is a medbot, so if we get beat up we can come back here and we can also install our first org there when we get it, which will be pretty soon. Alright, so you're gonna have to bear with me because there'll probably be a bit of save and loading in this first part of the game. Just while we're collecting all the tools and things we need, and there's a couple of parts that are a bit hairy if you're trying to do melee only. And we're about to get, well, progress towards one of our interesting bits of dialogue.
Afraid base is under lockdown until the danger's gone, Agent Denton.
Right. How you guys holding up?
UNATCO command made us pull back. I guess for Gunther's sake. What's the deal? We're ready to go in.
I can't speak for command, but I'm gonna clean the place out.
I hear you. Natalie's right. You nano-augs are born and bred killers.
I do my best.
Better load up. There are some crates of ammo stashed in the antenna shaft behind the helipad. Might also want to check out the comm van next to it. The code's 0451.
Thanks. I won't let you down.
My tactic, when there's no cover like this, is to pick them off from 50 or 100 paces with a scope. What do you think? I scored an extra one from a couple of thugs we dropped down by the dock. You can have it for 700 credits. I also picked up some 10mm ammo and some crossbow tranquilizer darts. Say 200 for one and 60 for the other.
Shouldn't you turn that stuff over to the quartermaster?
Sure, I will. As long as Command has the rest of us on parade drill, someone might as well put this hardware to use.
I'll check back with you later.
So if we were playing this straight, we would actually get some money and grab that scope from him. It was pretty useful, but for our purposes, no, we're just gonna...
You want to wax some...
Oh, wait. There you go. Thank you for the 10mm. No, this isn't a revision. I'm actually... I'm pretty sure it's not. It might... My Deus Ex folder's all jank, so, like... I don't want to say definitively no, but this should just be stock Game of the Year, just with the Lady Denton mod and the D3D10 renderer. That should be it, in theory. The Lady Denton mod has modified map files, so you can't use it with other things that modify the map files. That being said, on the Steam workshop, there might be a custom revision version combined with Lady Denton, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, maybe that's what you're thinking of, because yeah, the Steam Workshop version I think has them combined. Yeah.
Welcome aboard, Agent.
Thank you. Thank you for the 10mm. Alright. Grab this multi-tool here. Use the old looking glass code on this thing. Don't need to turn off the cameras, but I'll just do it because it amuses me. Grab the medkit up here. That opens this thing, and I think there's a scramble grenade here. Oh no, EMP grenade, that's it. And don't miss it, there is actually a box behind here. Grab out the lockpick. See if we can get one of the other MVPs for the early game of the melee run. Just save it here. As much as we try and abuse the enemy AI, they can still get the jump on you sometimes.
Be careful. The NSF has set up patchwork security systems here.
Thanks, Alex. Very informative. Yeah, so as far as I understand it, and don't quote me on this, but it seems to pan out. Please tell me that we didn't crash. But. So the voice actor in this is actually voice actress, or whatever, is the audio files are not original, right? It was completely done by a voice actor and an audio engineer and stuff. They modified the game. However, the game was intended to have a female version of JC since the beginning, and the actual player model is restored and modified. It is worth noting, I don't know if anyone actually noticed this, but all of the console commands for doing stuff to the player actually reference JC Denton male, like using, you know, cheats or console commands and stuff, references JC Denton male. And that's simply because there was also meant to be a JC Denton female right from the start. They just had to cut it, unfortunately. Anyhow, pepper cut, the pepper spray. We'll be keeping this for most of the game because it can be very useful if you're trying to do a melee run sometimes. I think that just about rounds out what we need to grab from the start here. Save, and we'll go clap this bot with the gap gun. Oh, maybe after he goes, get this NSF first.
The NSF put a commercial-grade security bot in this area.
They
You
sure
can either
did.
avoid its patrol route, or, if you're feeling lucky, try and take it out with the EMP grenades or explosives. I wouldn't recommend taking it on with small arms.
He is right. You really want to use a gap gun or a LAM or an EMP on this thing. But I'm going to try and not alert the other NSF guards while I destroy the bot. And also not get the gap rocket on the LAM. Oh, don't shoot me. There we go. Okay. An easy thing to miss, there are some locked, or a locked chest in here. Not sure if you can see it on the stream, but yeah, there's one there. We'll be coming back for that, but we won't be getting it right away. Get this guy first because he's got a trank gun, and trank guns, at least when you're on the receiving end, are ridiculous. They do so much damage. noticed I haven't had to save scum yet, to be honest, but I just jinxed it. And we'll get this last NSF dude here, because he has a sniper rifle. That's all. This is why the choice at the start is kind of a noob trap. You could take the trank gun, except they're everywhere. You could take the sniper, but there's like 2 or 3 on this map on other NSF. But the GEP gun, you can... I don't think there is another spawn on this map, or even one for quite a good while. So if you do want to use the GEP gun at all, you might as well take it from the start. In fact, even if you don't like it, there's so many uses for it, just to unlock areas and destroy a few bots, you might as well take it. And tech goggles. Couldn't open the inventory. Tech goggles are another noob trappy. I guess it makes you feel all like cool and pro, but really you should yeah, I know that not a crash, it's just whatever, maybe it's just my computer, but whenever I run Deus Ex in a window, anytime I open up a menu, it doesn't like it. Anyway, yeah, tech goggles are rubbish. Don't need it. Pump your gamma if you want it, or get the AUG for your eyes to give you night vision, which also lets you see through walls. But, yeah, tech goggles are a waste of an inventory slot. Yeah, regarding the GEP gun, yeah, it takes a lot of space, but I mean, at the start, you've got space to spare, really. And most of the other weapons are so plentiful that, you know, you might as well... In fact, you might as well just clear this map with the GEP gun if you want, and then chuck it.
The barge docked in
Well,
the
and the
NSF
next map if you can spare the inventory.
offloading the cargo into speedboats. Our undercover man, Harley Philbin, should be somewhere out on the docks now.
Okay, if there's anywhere where I'm going to need to save scum, it's probably going to be here. But we will try. That's alright. We can go use that med bot if we need to. We are going to need this explosive for a thing. yeah, I've seen that. You can make the guard with the gas grenade, make him open UNATCO HQ. I'm trying not to sequence break, so I won't be showing that particular exploit. But yes, that there's so many weird exploits and sequence breaking shit you can do in this game. Like, if you know the code to the subway when the siege at the Ton goes down, you can actually just go in and go straight and catch the train, and then Gunther will be there to meet you for some reason. Like, you just skip that whole sequence, and there's more. Part of the fun I have with this game is just, aside from how much attention to detail there is, how many different ways you can play every single level. There's just so many ways to break the game as well. Yeah. Masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. Alright, let's go tell sweet, sweet lies to Harley Philbin.
About time you showed up.
Iron and copper. The statue is copper on an iron frame, right?
Password's enough, pal. Don't think you know something about the lady I don't. My dad did tours out here.
I heard that you could get me inside.
Depends. Get your man out, take back the statue, whatever. But I know the commander and I don't want to see him get hurt. Here's a picture so you don't make a mistake.
You can trust me.
I'll take your word. Here's the key to the front entrance. Commander's not much of a soldier. He'll surrender as soon as he sees you. I need him alive because he's my main contact at the NSF. If he's dead, I don't have much of a business.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're right. There's actually a few sequence skips you can do in Chinatown, like, you know, the VersaLife building code. You can go up to Jock's apartment and then just shoot the window and jump, or you can shoot Maggie from the window if you really want to. You can also, if you've got the legs, or you can just jump across, and yeah, all kinds of shenanigans you can do. This part doesn't, I don't get it, because like, you know, keep the NSF commander alive, but he's gonna get black bagged and locked in a UNATCO black site. Like, he ain't coming back, Harley.
How do you know so much about the commander?
He's my main contact in the NSF. I need him alive and out on bail.
UNATCO will probably keep him in custody.
At least he has a chance if he's alive. I warned him, you know. I said right to his face, don't take weapons into the lady. That makes you as bad as UNATCO.
Don't forget it was the NSF that C4'd the statue in the first place. UNATCO's here to put the pieces back together.
Ask me, I think the government did it. They want people to think the NSF are terrorists.
I can't remember if you even hear anything about him afterwards, but I'll tell you what, if they did account for it, no, he wouldn't, because there's a point where people get, shall we say, interrogated, and it gets a bit messy, especially when I'm going to be involved.
I'd better get paid good for this.
I don't think we need anything else here. You can buy stuff from the lady, I'll just show you.
You with Philbin?
I get a cut for bringing him over.
Tell me what you know about the NSF operation.
I'm not that high level. The more elite troops, they're the ones that took over the ship and unloaded it into speedboats. I think we're supposed to be a diversion.
A ship?
That's all I know. The commander gave me a 10mm clip, a box of 30-06 ammo, and some crossbow darts, and said, keep your head down. Huh. Like I'm gonna take on UNATCO troops. Want 'em? You can have the clip for 175, the 30-06 for 300, and the darts for 50. But if I was you, I'd avoid a head-on attack altogether and not even use the key Philbin got. I'd go in the statue from the back. Less security that way.
No thanks.
Yeah, you're right. But there's ways to make that scene play out a little differently. I don't really want to spoil it until we get there. But yeah, shenanigans ensue. Alright. Another thing that a lot of people miss is there is this sunken barge or boat or whatever it is down here. There is a hatch there that can be picked, or you can destroy it with explosives, which is what we're going to do. And please don't crash. Should have put the pistol on my quick bar. The reason I'm not full screen is honestly because I'm, well, to put it charitably, I'm very new to this, and I don't have a very sophisticated streaming setup. So having things in a window allows me to have chat alongside and, you know, monitor my stream and all that jazz. So please bear with me until I, well, as I improve. Things are getting there. Yeah. Alright. So this will probably be the first and only time, well, I guess it's the second time we use this 10mm. And I will hang on to it for a good while because I'm going to give it to an NPC at some point. But yeah, we're not using it in anger. And this is why I took a point in swimming. Wonderful. No, I'm not giving Gunther a gun. I'm gonna go flex on him because it's funny. He can take his rusty bones to the scrapyard. The lore that the game gives you on the mechs is actually it's pretty brutal. Those guys get a hard time, but also I don't care. Screw Gunther. I'll give him lemon lime every day. Okay, we'll go wax this dude.
You know I heard something.
I'll give it to, what's his name? The owner of the ton. So he can pretend to be badass. Oh yeah, you can give it to the prisoner as well, can't you? I mean, probably give the prisoner a gun at some point, but yeah, I'll give it to, what's his face? Renton, something Renton. Easy to miss that multi-tool, so make sure you get it.
This power box must have been damaged in the raid. Don't cross through the arcs. I'm also picking up an EMP field here. If you're not careful, it'll suck away your bioelectrical energy.
Great. Thanks, Alex. And somehow that levitates me from the other side. Wonderful. I can just pile up boxes. Look, don't quote me on this, but I really do remember that you could whack a silencer on the 10mm in the initial release of the game, or in the demo, one of the two. And that made it freaking sick, because it actually does damage unlike the silenced 10mm. But yeah, like, especially doing a stealth run, the silenced 10mm you just can't go past in this version of the game. Do we need a clip? We really don't need a clip, we're not going to really use it, so I'm not going to get it. Oh game, why do you do this to me? I'm going to have to use my inventory, hopefully last time for a while. Do apologize. We'll be front loading a lot of inventory management. That wasn't too bad. Reload on the gap. Toss the trank dart. Don't need accuracy. Yeah, you are right. If you abuse the AI's awareness mechanics, you can, even without the silencer, you can go a long way. That is true. Okay, so there's kind of two ways you can play this in a melee-only run. You can sort of cheese these guys and bring them to the UNATCO bot that patrols, but I'm going to try and do it without that. Yeah. I actually, I've only done 1 or 2 loud runs in this game. I've mainly done various combinations of stealth runs. Just need to get this guy away from the others. Hopefully this is far enough. It is. Nice. Yeah, I always play it every few years. I remember when I first saw the game, the demo of this, I got it on a demo disc. Yeah, remember demo disc. Aging myself. And yeah, I fell in love with this thing as soon as I played it. It was just so amazing at the time.
I guess this beats starving back home.
Might do the prod instead.
Huh?
There you go. Nice. And that is why the prod is MVP if you're doing a melee run.
That's the difference right there. Just take a look at him.
Bad?
Cut off his arm, placed half his face.
Herman, right? He's a good soldier. Killed 3 of our men.
They'd have replaced his whole body if it would have improved performance. If that's how you judge a man, by performance, then eventually it's not about people, but upgrades, versions, functionality.
All I know is we could use a few mechs for ops like this.
As soon as we buy into the cult of the machine, we're just like them.
Rhetoric. Always more rhetoric.
Might use the pepper card just so I can show it.
Uh-oh.
Damn it, game, why didn't you work? Oh, there we go. One joke, game. Okay. That's pretty much all the hard yards in the level going through. Spot this guy. I didn't actually know that, although I think I've only played with Revision once. I don't know. Yeah, I'm glad you like this song. I was so tempted to make the Neko art cover of this song. I've got the files there and I was kind of playing with it, but yeah, it just didn't come out as well as Lodestone. But, yeah, that's bonkers, man. Don't know about that revision, hey. I don't know. I'm kind of a purist. Like, there's so much in the base game. Like I said, I keep finding new stuff every time I play it. Real happy for you, bro. We'll use this TNT to bust open this crate here. And yeet some rats, apparently. Nice. We get the 100 credits. From memory, that... Can't remember if that's enough to buy the scope or not, but I think it gets you close. You can abuse this security terminal from memory. I want to abuse it. Sorry everyone. Gonna have to bring up my info link thing so I can try and abuse that terminal with the password. Ah, yeah, there's the underscore, isn't it? Fuck. Shit on a shingle. What kind of chat do I have tonight? What's wrong with you people? It's alright, I love you all. NSF001 smash the state. I guess I'm just a potato. Yeah, I'm just a potato. And here's our first bit of abuse. We're gonna flip the turrets. This will make them run out, so we're gonna have to fall back. Yeah, there you go. Alarm activated. They will come out that door and they can clap you. Yeah, Cats, I do like a restream thing. So there's combined YouTube and Twitch chats on screen. At some point I might centralize on one platform or the other, like Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and have that as the focal point, but I am, what, 4 streams in, and like, as a streamer I'm like completely unknown, but as a musician I'm very niche, so yeah, don't exactly draw a big crowd at this point in time. We'll just cheese this guy into the turret, I think.
I think we've got an intruder.
Yeah, you do, buddy. Come get me.
Forget it. I was hearing things.
Alright, I guess not.
I can swear.
I can't remember if it was in GMDX, but I think in one of the mods there actually used to be more loot up here. I have a vague recollection that on this version there's not much. Yeah. Oh yeah, PS20, piece of shit 20. Don't even bother. Garbage. Absolute rubbish. One of the mods actually makes them really useful, but because I think they stack in that mod, but rubbish in this one. I won't be getting all the ATM money because we don't really have a need for money, given we're doing melee and exploits. Get our first lamb. I really want that lamb. I'm sorry, chat. I'm doing it again. I need the lamb. It's alright, we'll use the weapon mods now to buff our stuff and free up space for the lamb. Guess we don't really need the laser. Cram that on the shotgun. Check that. PPR thing? Sorry, I'm not sure what. I don't really need the medkit on the toolbar. To be honest, I don't really need much else on the toolbar. Pepper cart I do need on the toolbar, the lockpick and other thing I do. Eventually I'll put the shotgun on the toolbar once we get sabers, but what am I going to need imminently? When we get to New York, I will be using gas grenades. Might chuck them on. That should do it. And that should hopefully be the last inventory management till we get orb canisters and stuff. Anyway, what we can do, grab this thing, and sup. Now we'll just lead him out and let the turret get him. Yeah, the baton is kind of useful. Just damn it, guy, come out. It actually does more damage than the crowbar and is very useful for some takedowns. So I'm not getting rid of it. Like, I'm not doing a pure killing everything run. Oh, come on, man.
I got
Okay. Let's go dunk on Herman, make him mad. Oh, I forgot about the security system there. Fuck. Sorry, I just got some fan art. It's a freaking banger. Sorry, let me just I'm gonna have to save and pause for a sec because I just want to bring this up. It's it has tickled me pink, as they say. We always do appreciate fan art here, so do like to give credit where credit's due. Set an image. There you go. That is majestic. Thank you, Kyriakos. That is a wonderful piece of I'll make that the the thumbnail and background for my next stream. Absolutely magical. Alright. Sorry for the interruption, everyone. We'll get back to it. Truly special. That's what makes this band of autists so phenomenal. You'll see that this locked door here in these boxes, there is actually a crawl space behind that. We will go get that in a sec after we flex on Gunther here.
Gunther's in that room, one of our top agents.
Yeah. Okay.
Glad you're not hurt, Agent.
Command should not have left us to be surrounded.
Risk is part of the job. I think you lucked out this time.
Agent Navarra and I were ready to go in, but for no reason they said pull back. I do not retreat. Please give me a weapon and move out of the way.
We're not going to give him our pistol. No, we're not. We're going to tell him to get the heck out of here. He is an old pile of junk, and at some point I'm going to chuck a gap gun in his head.
First thing is to get you out of here. I'll handle the enemy.
Excuse that I have forgotten your brother Paul Denton and the infinite power of nano-augmentation.
I just can't spare any arms. Please retreat to a safe location.
Go ahead. Advance up the stairs to the command center at the top. I will take my rusty metal bones and sweep away into the junk pile.
No, take your metal bones and get the fuck out of here,
Now
you
I
piece
see
of
the
shit.
reason for the pullback. They wanted to show off their new nano-augmentation technology.
Yep. And he can go away. Alright. The way you get in the crawl space is back here.
This security setup is strictly amateur stuff. Keep an eye out for ways to bypass them. These old pre-millennial buildings are riddled with ventilation shafts and maintenance tunnels.
Oh no, the Paul Blart reference I got immediately. It's part of the charm. Hey, there's our soy chips. Everyone make your best soy face. I'm not going to bring up my inventory to read the description right now, just obvious reasons, but when we've got a reason to open inventory, I will bring it up so we can all take a look. As Crowbar puts in some work. Oh.
I'm hit!
Yes, you are. So just mop up at this point. We just gotta whack the last few terrorists, and we're all good. And by terrorists, I mean freedom fighters, I guess. Sorry, I do have a secret third chat going with my best compadres, and that is wonderful, Makaris. Thank you, Marina. I like that we're getting some interaction here, engagement, as the people say nowadays.
I swear I heard something.
You can get so much mileage just by running up to people, especially once you got the speed enhancement. You can just zoom up to people, and once you got a sword, you just like clap them in the face with the sword, and yeah, rest in peace. Oh, while we're here, has anyone noticed something conspicuously absent from the New York skyline? This was pre-9/11, folks. Pre-9/11.
Quiet. I think we got.
Can't remember if there's anything around these sides of the statue, but we'll just double check for completion's sake. Probably use, I don't know if we have enough pepper cart, but...
Did they find the shipment? Yeah, we got the whole supply. You can see the ship's lights crossing the bay. Guess y'all were right. So why aren't we pulling out? Mike's on the horn. Jojo wants a lead on the distribution network. Yeah, you don't have enough men to protect what we've got. That's what Jojo wants. I wonder, how does a guy with a tattooed forehead get to be an NSF colonel? Pardon me, but back in Alabama, we wouldn't let a man who wears earrings plan a military operation. I'd watch what I say about Jojo. He's got a temper. He's a punk and he's gonna get us all killed. The NSF is strong because it represents everyone's interests. Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
They found us.
I don't know, there's just something amusing about getting these guys with the pepper spray. What am I drinking? Like I said, I am drinking this limited edition seasonal sour cherry cider. It's basically an apple cider with cherry juice, like actual cherry juice added. It's 8% ABV. It is made by Core Cider. They do not pay me for this, but I like it so much that I'm happy to plug them, so there you go. That being said, it's almost gone, and I'm about to hop into the based Eagle Rare. You can never tell me that it's bad, because it is fantastic.
Gunther has re-established contact. He says you helped him escape. Good work. Some news, JC. The NSF targeted a shipment of the plague vaccine Ambrosia. We can't locate it. See if the leader will surrender when you reach the command post. We'd like to interrogate him.
I remember the amount of Deus Ex memes flying around when COVID was happening. It was very entertaining. Anyway. Go listen to these fine fellows.
Let's get out of here.
I'm standing my ground.
Someone tripped the alarm downstairs. They're closing in.
This is it, Private. We knew it might come to this.
What good are we to the NSF if we end up dead?
If you Natco breach the perimeter, then it's already too late. Get ready to fight.
Don't think Peppercart's gonna save the day this time.
Uh-oh. God damn!
Wonderful. Once you get to max melee, the charger prod will, for the most part, knock people out in one go. It's pretty great.
Easy. We want you to take this one alive and conscious. Find out what you can about the shipment, then turn him over to one of the troopers.
I was thinking about just capping this guy right off the bat, but he does have some relevant dialogue, so I might just let it play for the benefit of you fine people.
Don't shoot. I surrender.
So you think you know better than FEMA what to do with this month's ambrosia shipment?
You're too late. It's on its way back to the people, and you can't do a damn thing about it.
Tell me about the shipment, and I'll order the troops to pick you up as a prisoner instead of a corpse.
Ask away. We already won this round.
Where are you taking it?
We're just giving ordinary people the same chance to survive as the bureaucrats in Washington.
You'd have to unload in New York because the choppers would spot you at sea.
I think the government made the plague on purpose to get rid of the population growth.
Well done. I will pass on your orders to the troopers. Report back to base on the west side of the island. Mission complete.
Again, this was the year
The chief
2000
finally let
first.
us loose. We were right behind you and cut through them like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, I'm real happy for him. If anyone wants to know, here's how you can get a free assault rifle. Right at the start.
That's over the line. What did I just tell you? We won already. Report back to base.
Okay. Cry about it, Jacobson. Okay, gonna have to bring up the inventory. Apologies. Need to grab that org canister. We will actually use this org. It is kind of debatable whether you even want it, to be honest, but for our purposes, it does make several sections much easier, so we'll just go for it. Gives us an excuse to do a bit of inventory shuffling at the same time. I need the trank dart. Take a look at soy chips while we're here. So there you go. Seasoned with nanoscale mechanochemical generators, this TSP, textured soy protein, not only tastes good, but also self-heats when its package is opened. Yep. The only way that could get any more topical if it mentioned bugs. Chocolate. It's chocolate, it's people, it's both. Still, should have been insects. While we're here, we have amassed quite the stash of skill points. However, at this point, we're never going to put anything into lockpicking and electronics because you can basically exploit the game, which we will, and never raise them above untrained. At some point we will buff computer, medical, environmental, and demolition. But for the time being, I think we'll just save our points and get Master Low Tech when opportunity presents. We get our first orb canister. That's it. That's all she wrote. You're done with the first mission at this point. I don't think I've missed anything major. I know I have missed, I think, 1 or 2 crates around the statue somewhere, but I haven't missed anything important from memory. And again, we're not going to bother with ATMs. We don't need the cash. 4 roses, eh? I can't say I've had the pleasure. But Eagle Rare is wonderful.
Jesus Christ, JC!
Oh no. What's going on? Why is he so mad at us?
Check in with Manderley on level 2.
No. I've never seen that bug before. Oh my goodness. I might just make a fresh save, because I'm not sure if that has actually bricked our save. That is a novel bug that I have never seen. What I do with the terrace at the top of the tower, I introduced him to Crowbar-chan. Let's just see if I can go back and have Paul calm the heck down. Oh, he is. You know what? No. No, we're just gonna let that happen and hope for the best. Worst case, I'll put on God mode and go past it.
Come on in. The retinal scanner can read blood vessel patterns right through your sunglasses.
Remember that Mr. Manderley wants to see you. Level 2. His secretary, Janice Reed, has your login and password. You found your office. Did Janice give you your login? I guess not. Let's see. JCD, password, Bionic Man.
Nice.
Your partner for the next assignment, Anna Navarra, is in the adjoining break room to the east. Maybe you should introduce yourself.
Can't say I've had the pleasure. Anyway, let's go Black Sun, old mate again.
Are you sure, Button?
I do not make mistakes of that kind.
Your hand might have slipped.
No, I wanted orange. It gave me lemon lime.
The machine would not make a mistake.
It's the maintenance man. He knows I like orange.
So you think the staff has some kind of plot?
Yes, they do that on purpose.
My new partner, JC Denton. Don't tell me you're going to wear those sunglasses during a night operation.
My vision is augmented.
Better to look good than to have the distractions of another agent who needs backup.
Forgive my interruption. I just want to say that I look forward to working with you, Agent Navarra. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to be briefed by Mr. Manderley.
I do not expect you to perform as well as Agent Herman, but the mission will require us to do more than frighten the NSF with our baggy coats that make us look bigger than we really are.
I am prepared to perform my duties.
For instance, not to be running into enemy lines without coordinated military assault.
No problem.
I am not going to hold your hand. You have your orders.
You will be working with Anna Navarra.
No, I mean he's already kind of crazy, which is from memory like a sort of a lore side effect of the whole mech thing. Like they're a bit bent, but also he's just a bit of a prick, and when I said I would be throwing a gap gun at him, I didn't mean a missile. I will actually be throwing a gap gun at him, but we will come back to that later.
I am not going to hold your hand. You have your orders.
Before the briefing, you've got to go to level 3 for your equipment and a medical examination. See Jaime Reyes in the med center and Sam Carter in the armory.
Don't mind if I do.
A little more decorum, please.
Oh, you think you're in the wrong room, ma'am.
Here's one of the changes from the Lady Denton mod. Normally, as male JC, you can go into the female restroom and bug some chick, but here's Chet, I guess his name is.
It's an honest mistake, right? Ma'am? Why are you still here? You're making me uncomfortable, ma'am. Could you go? Could you please go?
Beta. Anyway.
That was a close one there.
Let's go have a chat with old mate.
At ease, Agent Denton.
General Carter, I read about the Merced operation in school. This is a great honor.
I'm not a general anymore. Just call me Carter.
I can't believe what the NSF did to your family.
Enough of that, soldier. We each have our troubles. I lost my children, but you've had to grow up without your parents, which requires more courage. I don't think it matters.
My parents died in a car accident. That's
Sorry,
different.
but help me.
I said that's enough.
Strength weight.
You have your own op and time is short. How about I issue you a stealth pistol?
Sorry, sir, I can't carry anything else right now.
Stealth pistol. We'll come back for it. Oh, actually, I got the oil canisters mixed up. This isn't the one with the environmental protection, this is the one with the combat strength, which we're gonna want, because you can absolutely wreck the game with the speed mod plus this melee damage mod. Wonderful. Heal one right up.
Hey, JC.
You look like the real thing. They actually let you operate on people?
Just fixed Gunther's knee, in fact. A sticky actuator. So far, I feel more like a mechanic than a doctor.
I'm impressed.
They actually let you point a gun at people.
We'll have to catch up later. I've got to leave for New York right away. Can you send Manderley whatever it is he wants?
No problem. Listen, JC, about your augmentations. You know they're preparing to roll out the technology worldwide, right?
As long as I don't turn green and grow a pair of antennas, as I understand it.
Yeah, well, the design's pretty modular, which means you'll soon have access to upgrades from standard augmentation canisters.
Great. Have anything for me?
Not yet. But remember, if you find one of these canisters that you need a medbot for installation.
I'll do that.
The canisters contain a carload of ROM modules. Some are generic upgrades, others require you to make permanent choices about how to configure one of your subsystems.
It's about time they implemented some of this stuff.
More foreshadowing.
Years of training and you're still all thumbs.
In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have picked up those throwing knives.
You're getting warm. You're red hot. Looks like you found me.
There is a secret under the floor here. With a scope mod, which we probably do want, honestly. So, apologies chat. I have to bring up the inventory. Need to make some space for that stealth pistol anyway. While waiting for that, I think Cats has gone. Well, it was nice hanging out anyway. Hope you will drift by again sometime. Oh, you're still here. Hello. You were very quiet for a long time. I was actually debating keeping the throwing knives because they are making food. What's for din-dins? In and out. Yeah, the throwing knives can actually be pretty good. You are right, it's easy to fall in the trap of not using them, but if you actually do use them, and you spec into them, they're pretty good, I have to say. But yeah, I think it's fair, they are a bit underutilized. Now we gotta go talk to Alex, who's a bit annoying.
Like leading a mouse to cheese.
This thing is starting to give me a headache.
Don't worry, we shut it down when you go off duty.
I guess I'll get used to it.
I'm Alex Jacobson, communications engineer.
I suppose you already know who I am.
Getting there. You're certainly quicker on the uptake than your brother Paul ever was.
Thanks.
Bacon and eggs. I could totally go for a bacon and egg sandwich right now.
Don't worry, I'll be watching your back.
That'd be pretty good.
Okay, enough goofing around.
If you find the secret fridge in your office, it's full of free lunches with random things. The elites don't want you to know this, but the lunches in the office fridge are free.
I don't like getting shot at. Not one bit.
So let's see.
Can you speak?
Oh, Kaplan, right. We've got some screwballs around here, but he's not the problem.
Someone at UNATCO's a thief?
Yes, sir. And a damn good one.
Yeah, sorry I skipped the first part of that. You basically just talk shit about the guy selling you stuff out the front, but we already introduced him to Crowbar Chan, so that problem solved. Oh yeah, don't have a key for that. Now I do. Thank you, we'll just steal right in front of me. Get a much needed reload for the pepper cartridge. Okay, so I think this will be the first use of this exploit, but you never need to put anything into lockpicking or hacking because you can do this. I haven't actually tried that. I'm not sure how successful it would. Yeah, I was about to say, you know, if I was in the business of stealing launches and someone tried that trick, I would probably do that or just ignore it altogether. I don't care. I don't believe them. We'll chuck the scope on the stealth pistol just because it will make shooting some barrels and stuff later a bit easier. Kind of tempted to put on the Gep gun, but it's not. I mean, the Gep gun's homing. You don't really need it that much. Oh yeah, so how this exploit works, right, is you just start using one of your lockpicks or your multi-tools, and you just bring up your inventory menu, and that percent counter will just keep going down. So even if it's 100%, you can use a single lockpick or multi-tool and never have to invest in electronics or lockpicking. So there you go. Unlocked. Would have taken 2, only took 1. Wonderful.
Hello, Miss Denton. I guess you're here to see Mr. Manderley. Welcome to UNATCO HQ. Our little family keeps getting bigger.
Is Mr. Manderley available?
Yes, go right in. By the way, your computer account is ready. Log in JCD, password Bionic Man.
Alex already told me. Thanks.
Bionic Man, did she just assume my gender?
They're waiting for you, Agent.
Think she
Go
might.
on in.
before you head into... I remember those dark days. I remember those dark days very clearly. I first got internet in 96, and I had it for about 6 months. And then I had internet intermittently from 98 to 99, and then didn't have much internet till 2002 after that. Oh man, all the passwords in this game are absolutely rubbish. Like, it's really amusing, particularly as someone who works in cybersecurity, and there's like all these terminals with this like classified data and top secret plans and stuff, and everyone's just using this absolute shithouse passwords. It was pretty good. It was a simpler time, chat. A simpler time. Yeah, that's true. We are a test tube baby. Oh, and here's Paul Denton calming down from his Fent rage to just chilling out in Manderley's office like he didn't just try and clap me and a bunch of UNATCO soldiers. Wonderful game.
That will be JC's job.
What's that?
Power station. The NSF have Ambrosia in a warehouse protected by cameras and booby traps. We want to power down the whole system.
We're taking one illicit generating plant, protected by weak groups of NSF. Knock out that plant, and Paul's team can walk right into the warehouse.
Just tell me where it is.
The NSF are openly resisting our deployed forces, gradually falling back. You'll have to deal with them first.
And you be ready, Paul. When the power drops, go in and go in hard.
I'll use my discretion.
Go in like the U.S. Marshals. We lose the vaccine, I'm sending your butt to the mayor to explain why he and his 3 daughters won't get their pills this month.
Yes, sir. Let's not waste any time, JC. Get down to the dock. A boat is waiting to take you and your partner, Anna Navarro, to shore.
Yes, get moving. Here's your op bonus for your work in the statue. I'm docking you 200 for killing the commander against my orders, but you get a bonus of 250 for rescuing Agent Herman. The total is 1,050. Obey orders next time.
Thank you, sir.
By the way, did you see what happened to the soldier we sent into the statue? He turned up dead.
No, sir. Friendly fire?
Not so friendly, I'm afraid. I have opened an investigation. Dismiss.
Yeah, I
in the city.
Killed the commander and that trooper that Manderley just referenced that apparently he's investigating. I like... It always gives me a giggle, like... You're working for this sort of pseudo-police / government organization. And it's like, what, you just capped a POW that was a key intel source. Well, that's going to cost you $200, soldier. Yeah, the commander doesn't really have any loot, no. Another amusing thing is, he just tells Paul to go in like the US Marshals. Man, in the next mission, if you go in by like the US Marshals and just kick in the door and shoot everyone, he has a big sook at, well, it's not really big sook, but he does have a sook at you for it. Like,
and JC,
it's not very fair.
Try to follow orders.
Try to follow orders. We're not following orders. We are going to make him mad. We're going to make everyone mad. But it does amuse me. Alright. That's that. Let's see if we can actually exit this joint. Let me just... Did I enable cheats? Is God even the cheat? Alright. We'll cross that bridge if we need to use it. Hopefully we can just scoot past Paul while he resumes his Fent rage and tries to gun down all the soldiers. Oh no, he just wait, why are you shooting me, bro? No, 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 fuck off. Well, that did not go the way I expected it to go, but it also didn't go as badly as I expected. I don't know why they're so mad at me. What is wrong with them? We'll just, what did I do? Why you gotta be like this to me, game? I swear for next stream I'll figure out how to fix this. Just ran out of time. I don't know what I did to aggro them like that, honestly. I've never seen that bug before. Honestly, not even mad. I'm kind of impressed.
Boat's ready. From what I hear, the terrorists are pinned down in Battery Park.
That's wonderful. There is an exploit that I can do here. Let me see if I can pull it up. It might take a few attempts, and if it gets too much, I will discontinue.
Let's head out.
But there's basically a way you can save yourself a multi-tool or interacting with some NPCs here. It's a little bit tricky.
Alright, let's go. The terrorists are in a fighting retreat. A few have barricaded themselves inside Castle Clinton.
Lead the way.
Our orders are to locate a barrel of ambrosia they are hiding inside. I will give you a schematic of the barrel, but first we will exterminate the NSF terrorists.
Exterminate?
A precious opportunity we cannot neglect.
What about the rest of the shipment?
That is your brother's assignment. You will take the subway to meet him in Hill's Kitchen. But first, we should deal with Castle Clinton.
Are we going in the front, or is there another way?
A secondary entrance would be useful, but I am aware of no such thing.
Yes, absolutely correct. You can make Anna walk into this vending machine, which breaks it. Let me see if I can remember the quick load button. Vaguely recall I said it to some. Oh, there you are. Oh, no. We're in business. In business chat. I didn't know you could make the boy walk into it. That's interesting. How do you actually do that? I only know about making Anna walk into it. Yeah, there is a kid. I just don't know how to make him do it. Oh, fuck off, Anna. No. If you goof this up, she will actually trap you in this area. So. How did I do that before? So I managed to quick load before. Ah, there we go. Cool.
Let's head out.
I'll investigate that because it would be funny if the kid does it.
Alright, let's
go. I won't do it again. It is really funny when it happens, but it will take too many attempts. Speaking of which, here's another exploit.
I'm starving. Do you have anything to eat?
How about some soy food?
Don't matter. I just need something in my stomach so I can fall asleep.
Here you go. Do you have a place to stay?
I sleep out on the dock where they unload the speedboats.
Speedboats? Is that how the NSF get their supplies?
I don't know. They're always coming in and out of the tunnel behind the soda machine.
Interesting.
I spy on them from the crates. The code is 9183.
Clever boy.
Thanks for the snack, miss.
It's the least I could do.
Oh, my soy chip's back. There you are. Got the soy food back. There is a crate down here in the water that you can miss, so don't forget those. And don't give away your soy food. It's precious. before we go into the tunnels, might just talk to some hobos.
Look at that. Don't have nobody at the side entrance. NSF could just walk away.
Yeah, look at her talking mad shit when we're about to bust down the door.
Stay back, sister.
What's wrong?
I ain't letting you get me sick.
I don't have the Grey Death.
Maybe you just don't know it.
I'm fine.
It's the government. I figured out how they do it. They give it to the cops to spread it around.
Do I look sick to you?
No, but that's the trick, isn't it, lady? They give people like you the Great Death, but they make you immune to it. So you just carry it around, giving it to everyone you talk to.
Whatever you say.
You're just like that typhoid Mary. Woman going around, saying she's fine and spreading it to everyone she meets. I won't be fooled. Get away from me.
Gladly.
Old schizo mate here. Again, this was 2000, folks. Before its time, this game, before its time. Yeah, you are right. There is actually an aquatic entrance, and there's sort of a few ways you can approach this. You can go into the castle itself, or you can go through the back door, you can go through the aquatic door. I disavow that comment. Disavow. The only other thing we might do before we go in, we'll get on the way back. There's a Zyme vial just up there on that statue thing, which we're gonna want. We're gonna be collecting Zyme for most of the game. It's rather useful. You can eventually sell it, and there's a few NPCs who you can give it to. But anyway, we will. What was the info button? I swear I had this game's hotkeys sussed at one point. There. Oh, I did not. Oh well, whatever. Just explode it the old-fashioned way. Seems like the menu performance is getting a bit better. Oh, just a shout out to friend of the channel and the project, GW_X9. I think I dropped a link to his channel in the chat at the start. This banger of a track is one of his, so if you like it, go check out his stuff. He also makes pretty cool Quake levels, so if you're into the original Quake, like to play levels for it, his are tip top. Okie dokie.
Looks like these tunnels head toward Castle Clinton. I can't find them on the map though.
You got filtered. What? Did you get a ban? Really? You got moderated? How did you manage that? Let me see if I can fix that for you, if it's even something I can fix. No, to be fair, you really only have yourself to blame. Let me see if I can... I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. I don't know if YouTube lets me uncensure people. Oh no, looks like you're alright. I think it just filtered one of your chat messages. Yeah, Cats. It's yeah, YouTube. did not like that comment one bit. He gave him a slap on the wrist, I think. And you can't say those things in Trump's America, apparently. Anyway. Where are we going? That's right, we're going downstairs. Oh, there's a...
Wait, quiet.
They didn't see nothing. But I want that, got charged with it. There's a guy with a flamethrower down here, so do be careful. Unrealistic, getting hit with that flamethrower, more or less a death sentence. It is very nasty. That's right, get filtered, bro. Imagine getting BTFO so hard by your own way. Big oof. Where is that? You know what, he can go hang out over there, I don't care anymore. I think if you want any freedom of speech, you gotta go to Kick, I think their moderation is a bit more lax, but yeah, Twitch and YouTube, like,
I know I heard something.
You're not getting very far. Flamethrower is a noob trap. You do not get anywhere near enough ammo for that thing for it to ever be useful. However, it is entertaining, so if you want to have a laugh, grab that thing and go burn everything at the level, NPCs and enemies alike, and it's a good time for all. Easy to miss, there is a bioelectric cell on there. See if I can get it there. And there's our safe and effective vaccine.
Objective complete. Agent Navarre will describe your next assignment and stay behind.
Oh yeah, the flame darts. Those were sick. And in, I think it was Smoke Mod or one of them, they made the PS20 like a flame bolt from memory, and that was pretty cool too. We can pick our way into this, but we can also use the Gep gun for a silent takedown. And it does net us our next orb canister, which I will need to open up the old inventory for, so apologies. We're having a good run of the inventory, being a bit quicker to load. Seems like it's over. It's over, chat. It's so over. This song will probably not ever be in an album because it is made for a super secret project that I am yet to announce and will not speak any more on. But there will be like an actual release of it in one or more forms at some point, so sorry to be a bit of a tease, but that's how it is. Might free up another inventory space by slamming all these sodas, because I don't really need them, to be honest. just hack this thing so we can get rid of the cameras. Sorry, that makes you a bit sad. If there is a constellation, my next, I don't know if it's going to be an album or if it's just an EP, but since I moved to a sort of a different workflow for making my music, the songs are going to be a bit heavier, and I've got that interface arriving next week, so I can finally record my own bass instead of sampling bass, which means I can do some really cool things. So stay tuned. The next release, in whatever form it takes, is going to be a bit heavier and more on the industrial metal side, but not like traditional industrial metal, more on the sort of health influenced industrial metal. If you're familiar with the band Health, they are one of my favorite bands. So.
You're inside the kiosk of Castle Clinton. The bulk of the NSF troops must have gone through here to get underground.
Thank you, Alex. Insightful as always.
You a cop? UNATCO agent. How does a little boy get mixed up with the NSF?
I just wanted to find some food, but they didn't have any. And then they started shooting at the police. Got some?
Hey kid, have some soy food.
You can have the soy food.
You're cool.
Glad I could help.
Hey, I bet I can help you.
Yeah?
The soldiers have secret tunnels. They take boxes into the tunnel under the fort, but they never bring them back out.
What kind of boxes?
Steel. Big ones.
Thanks. Maybe I'll check that out.
Thanks, miss.
And I got my soy food back. Yes, cats, I am from Australia. My accent is a bit weird for an Australian, but yes, I am well and truly Australian. Please don't judge me for my disability. Alright, let's finish cleaning this joint up. This part is a little tricky for a melee-only character.
They found. Oh. God damn! God damn!
Charger prod saves the day again. Oh yeah, more soy food. Now we can go. I think in one of these, I don't remember if it was in a mod or not, but I vaguely recall there being a crate, a loot crate in one of these alcoves here. No, I guess I was smoking rocks. Can't remember if there's anything worth getting in there. But we do have get missiles to spare, so take a look. Oof. Not worth it, but what can you do? Alright, let's go flex on Agent Navarre, because it's funny.
You are not afraid to kill. I am pleased.
You mechs might have copper wiring to reroute your fear of pain, but I've got nerves of steel.
You are not a mech. You do not know what it is like.
What's it like standing around repping your actuators while the more advanced units complete the mission? No thanks.
It was my error to believe that UNATCO's super weapon would appreciate the chance to prove herself.
Just give me the next objective.
How dare I delay your search for glory? The NSF in the subway station have taken hostages. Free them, but you know our standing orders. We do not make deals. Use this EMP grenade to disable the electronic detonators of the booby traps. Now we will see who is made of steel.
I can take out a booby trap.
That absolutely savage takedown.
Your brother Paul has gotten our troops into another mess.
Go talk to some hobos for a sec.
Got 5 credits for someone who's got the Grey Death.
Here you go.
God bless you. I think I'm getting worse.
Sucks to suck, I guess.
Our country 'tis the sweet land of liberty, of the I sing. Land where my fathers died.
Based. Suppose we should go get them drugs. Oh yeah, there's a shootout going on.
They've got hostages in the subway station. We lost some of our men. The NSF seems to be falling back. Agent Navarra ordered us to secure this part of the park.
There's a few chests in this shanty town. I actually don't remember which ones are worth opening and not. We'll probably just use the explosive. Oh, but we'll play this by ear. Yes. So the Grey Death is a disease that's going around, a pandemic, if you will, that's going around, and ambrosia is the quote-unquote cure, or not really the cure, I guess. The
see if you can get to the hostages.
The vaccine. I'll leave it at that. Pro tip: it's all a bit of a fix. So you can actually do this hostage situation with melee only. I've done it. You basically just chuck gas grenades in, sneak around the back, and use your melee weapon, and works just fine. However, it's a bit of a pain, and even though it allows you to preserve the explosives, which you can then use to haul up and chuck at those hobo shacks to get into those chests. It's an awful lot of faffing about, and I'd rather not burn through it. It's when over 60s for the Grey Death. Nice one. What can we chuck? Combat knife, I guess. We can pick up our Zyme. I'll read the description on the Zyme later.
Somebody kill me. Anybody?
I'm sorry. I can't kill you.
Please.
Go to a public clinic. They can do something for the pain.
It's true. It's your whole body. Every cell.
You have the Grey Death?
I can't make it. I just can't make it.
Another case of JC lying through her teeth. We can. There you go, buddy. In the original game, no, it doesn't actually slow down time. From memory, you know the screen effect you get when you drink booze, how it like goes all distorted and like moves around and stuff. From memory, in the original, the Zyme is just like a more potent version of that.
The subway platform.
Honestly, I'd prefer if it did slow down time, because given how much Zyme I'm going to hoard in the game, I'll just be bouncing around in slow-mo with my super speed and melee damage. It'll be pretty metal indeed. Anyway. Let's see what we got in here. Whether I just wasted... I kind of just wasted Get Rocket, but I suppose we've got ones to spare. Yeah, it really was. As much as I'm a purist, I will say there is something to be said for revision, and also GMDX and some of the other mods and stuff. Like, a lot of it is very much a labor of love, and you know, people keeping the games alive, which is a really good thing. Games should never die. Would be nice if, I mean, I don't know if, do Eidos still even own this? If they do, I suspect they will like never let anyone do anything interesting, but I was almost going to say it'd be kind of cool if Night Dive or someone could actually, you know, do a remake.
The NSF terrorists in the subway have threatened to blow up the platform. Watch for booby traps.
Yes, they have. Because I played the remake of System Shock, and I might actually play this on the channel at some point. Because yes, there are a few flaws. I'm not going to tell you it's perfect, but on the whole, I actually really enjoyed the System Shock remake. I thought it was pretty fantastic. Well, we're going to go in like the US Marshals. Here's how we handle hostage situations. Okay, yeah, I've got no health in my arm, so I can't aim. Alright, whatever.
I don't believe what I just saw. Those were innocents. You can't go in and just shoot everywhere. Take the subway to Hell's Kitchen and go talk to your brother.
I can't? I think I just did.
30 credits says I get. You can't hide for long.
Yeah, you are right. I mean, there's so much branching logic in this game that happens. It's pretty spectacular. But if someone could, I think it would be special. But the game still runs. It doesn't look dreadful, even though I know some people are going to disagree with that. Maybe I'm just my perspective's a bit warped, because I remember like when Unreal came out in 1998 and like blew everyone's dick off because the graphics were so freaking amazing. And then, you know, 2 years later you have Deus Ex on the same engine, and, you know, it looked just as good, if not better, even though I guess it was a bit dated by the time. Like the visuals just don't bother me at all. But I'm old. What do I know? You didn't see that. I think we've got everything we need to, and on to Hell's Kitchen. Oh yeah, we get to piss off Harley Fieldman here, I think.
They're shooting. Why do they keep shooting?
Based. When I first played this game, I was on an AMD K6 II. I had not a Reba TNT, I had a Reba TNT 2. Thank you very much. And, oh no, actually I don't think I even had the TN2 2 by that point. I think I was still using a Voodoo 2, but yeah, I definitely had the AMD K6 II. It was like an AMD K6 II 450. And I had, yeah, the what was it? The 12 or 16 meg Voodoo 2. And I think I had 32 megs of RAM by that point, and an 8 gig hard drive. No, one 8 gig hard drive and one 1 gig hard drive. Yeah, Unreal ran amazingly even on shitty hardware. That game was just so good at every level. Not just as a game, but also technically it was just amazing. I remember when I got the TNT 2, because that was after we had the Voodoo 2, and in many ways the TNT 2 was kind of a downgrade. Like, yeah, sure, it was, you know, more powerful and more modern, but the 3DFX renderer was just fantastic, and some games, like especially when they were tailor-made for the 3DFX Glide renderer, just it took ages for Direct 3D to catch up and OpenGL and stuff. Yeah. I miss those days. It was so good. Anyway, enough reminiscing. I'm gonna make a proper save. In fact, I probably should have done that while I was waxing lyrical without being old. What can you do? And I'm sorry that this game's graphics have filtered you so many times. You have missed out on a masterpiece that I've been enjoying for nearly 25 years. So, feel bad for you, son. I've got 99 problems, but that ain't one. $75% off Hogwarts Legacy is a pretty good deal, but I'm still not bothering to play that game. Just because I don't give two fucks about Harry Potter.
Yeah? How's it look on the street?
How's what look?
The fighting. Is it heavy?
The cops told me to take cover in the bar or come down here. They've got the NSF surrounded in the Ton Hotel.
Hostages?
I don't know. Is that it?
Yeah, thanks.
That's all I know.
Sometimes I hear things in my head. It's not normal. Majestic. Majestic. Majestic.
Oh.
Majestic.
More foreshadowing. He's that guy who gets the radio transmissions on his teeth fillings or some shit.
They're shooting. Why do they keep shooting?
Majestic. That will get relevant later.
JC, we have to talk. That hostage rescue was a disaster.
UNATCO policy is clear. No negotiation. You try for a rescue, and if it works, it works. I don't need you second-guessing me.
Always follow policy, and you end up like Ana Navarra. Is that how you want to operate? Never mind. Right now, you've got other things to worry about.
What's the situation here?
You're taking over. I've got to get my team ready to raid the warehouse.
What about the EMP field?
Still in place. Your primary objective will be to locate and disable its power source, probably an industrial-sized generator in a large building.
I'll question some of the locals.
I ordered the civilians to take cover a block south of here in the Free Clinic and at the Underworld Tavern, down on the corner.
Maybe I'll start with the tavern. Why'd you have to clear the street?
There's still a heavy NSF presence in the streets, and we're taking some fire. We could use your help if you get the chance.
Maybe I'll do that.
If you need any extra equipment, here's the key to my place at the Ton Hotel. Check the secret closet. Remember? The keypad's behind the painting.
Just like the movies. Second floor, right?
Yeah, and take a charger for the riot prod. We don't need another Ana Navarra shooting spree.
Whatever you say.
And JC, we'll be waiting for you to take down that EMP field.
Man, Paul talks mad shit for someone who keeps fucking up everything left and right as far as UNATCO is concerned.
Use minimal force this time. You took a lot of
I mean, I get it's all because, like, well, not to, I don't want spoilers, like, there's reasons why he's saying that, but it's just kind of ironic at the time if you're not aware of the wider context that he's chewing you out when he's goofing up so hard. I just want to apologize, Cats. I didn't actually notice that you followed me on Twitch, so I just want to give you a very warm thank you for that.
We're getting reports of a hostage situation in a Ton Hotel, which is at the southeast corner of the block. When you stayed with Paul, did you meet Mr. Renton and his daughter Sandra? We think at least one of them is still inside.
There's actually quite a lot to do in this level, so a lot of it you can do in whatever order you want, but there are some things that if you go to certain places, it'll activate certain triggers, which can sort of direct your run a bit. I suppose we really don't care about spoilers for the most people, but I do know there's a couple of people watching who, I mean, like, I'm not sure if you saw the YouTube comments up, but one of the guys watching was never able to play this game because the visuals always filtered him every single time, and you know, I guess, you know, sucks to be you, guy. You've had 25 years to play this game. Maybe I shouldn't be so sensitive about spoilers. Like, you've had more than enough time. But by the same token, I do feel like they should experience the twists and turns of this game legitimately, because it is a wild ride and it is very interesting. The storytelling in this game is very well done, and I do appreciate it. So I do want to just be nice to them and let them experience it legit. This was added by the Lady Denton mod, I think. So we'll go activate this. Actually, no, we don't want to activate that yet. We need a code before we activate that. It's kind of funny. Let's go smack some dude in the face with a crowbar.
Do something, man. They're gonna kill him.
Nothing. I checked his pockets. You don't live underground and not have one of Charlie's cards. Make him take off his shoes.
I just sleep down there. They don't give you money unless you're on the council.
Take off your shoes. Charlie has no reason to be stingy if he has a currency encoder.
They just hacked a few accounts. They have some extra cash, that's it.
I'm not asking again.
It's just a bunch of us. We go down there to get out of the cold.
All right, we'll do...
Did you see that?
Yes,
It was uncalled for. You mug people, great, you need the dough, but you show some respect.
What were they after?
Especially when it's your ally. They came to us. They wanted an underground base.
So those guys were NSF?
Yeah, the NSF gives guns to anybody who wants to fight. A lot of people just take the guns and do what they want.
So the terrorists are based in the subways? The sewers?
They need to move some kind of secret equipment. Our tunnels are like the crossroads.
Tell me how to find this base, and I bet I can get the NSF off your back.
Underworld. Just remember that word when you see Curly. He lets people in.
We're gonna need that later.
Me, personally, I don't rob. I think it's wrong.
There is an Easter egg if you manage to chuck this basketball into the hoop. I am a bit too much of a spastic to do it very well, so give it a couple of shots, but otherwise I'll move on. Actually, I think you can get it if you just go under and like chuck it up. They recall that. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, you get like a hidden message if you get it through the hoop.
Back off, man. What do I do?
And that strength will pay for itself.
Roger, Jason. Our agents report that this area is booby-trapped. And the latest news? Your brother's team hit some resistance, so they're gonna be delayed a little while we bring in chopper support.
There are a few ways you can get through this, but I think we'll just use in fact, I'm not even going to exploit this one. We can afford 2 multi-tools. We're going to be having falling out of our ears soon now. Just saves you having to kill a security button. Ballistic armor. Kind of want that, but we'll get more anyway. The only reason I want that is because there's a siege later where, you know, you got lots of enemies, and if you're doing a melee only run, having that plus a few of your orgs can, you know, if you're trying to do a certain thing and save a certain NPC, you want that on your side, but we will come across more. This dude just chilling out with his underground place.
What do you want?
Why the booby traps? Afraid of something?
Just precautions.
Against what?
Government's been having some kind of crackdown all year. People I know, they've been disappearing.
Is that so?
Think it's a big joke? Lift up a grate in the street. They got my friend Ford Schick in a secret lab next to the sewers.
A lab? In the sewers? Maybe he was taken hostage by the NSF.
These guys are pros. Definitely government funded.
Interesting. Maybe I'll take a look. But I think you should have a little more regard for the United States government.
If you're serious about going down there and finding Ford, I'll give you a deal on some hardware. Also, you'll need this. It's the key that can open the sewer manholes.
Tell me about the hardware.
I have a scope that will fit most handguns and rifles for 2,200 credits, a bioelectric cell for 800, and some light amplification goggles for 3,500.
Imagine unironically spending 3,000 credits for those freaking lamp goggles that are absolute hot garbage.
If I had $33.75, I'd make an offer on the light amplification goggles.
I could come down a bit. If you come back, you can use the front door. The password's Bloodshot.
So again, folks, this was the year 2000, and here we have a guy complaining about human trafficking in tunnels. Very much ahead of its time. Okay, I can't remember the code for this. We could exploit that. Or one can simply make a silent takedown. Just weighing up whether we should... I do want that thermoptic camo because it is super useful in a segment coming up, but I think we might actually come back for it. Probably go to the medical clinic, and we'll apply our org canister, and then we'll come back for that. Now that we've got his password, Bloodshot, we can go have a chat with this fella.
Yeah.
Bloodshot.
Oh my god. Smugglers to the right of the metro. It says keep out. It's got the skulls on the door. I swear to God, why do you have a password if everybody in the kitchen knows the password?
That was a nice touch.
What is it?
Open up. I'm a federal agent.
Yeah, sure, lady. I'm trying to sleep. Piss off. What is it?
Open up.
What is it?
Open up.
He actually gets more lines later, but we'll come back. And what am I missing? There was another NPC encounter. I think it was just up here. Yeah, just up here.
What I'm telling you, girl.
You said I didn't have to. Make Janie do it.
I already took the money. And when it's JoJo and it's something he wants, you gotta do it. You and me both, baby. We helpless.
We were just gonna hang out today.
I told you how it don't play with me, this amateur unprofessional bullshit.
Johnny.
If it's business, it's business. If it's us two hanging out, then we hang out. Right now, it's business.
I want out, Johnny. I didn't know it would get like this.
Put it this way. You in it. You want out is like a game. You get beat out. What you want, girl?
I love these dialogue choices. I think this is my favorite thing.
You've got 10 seconds to beat it before I add you to the list of NSF casualties.
Easy, bro. Just having us a conversation.
5 seconds.
Girl's got a head full of marbles. I have to yell. Or she don't hear me.
3.
She skitzes on me. It's my ass, man.
1.
All right. Go on. Jesus.
Thanks.
Sucks to get back into a corner.
I was trying to find the back way into smugglers.
Right, the weapons dealer.
Hey, you shouldn't have took down Johnny. Soon as JoJo finds out.
Who's this JoJo?
You can't touch JoJo. He doesn't go out, and there's only 2 ways to the warehouse.
Warehouse?
You think you can sneak into Osgood's at the park, but in the first place, it's locked.
The park? Where Yunatko has the NSF pinned down?
And if you go underground, he's got laser tripwires, drone guns, military-type stuff, plus there are guards on the roof.
Tell you what, I'll handle JoJo. You stay out of the way until the NSF have pulled back.
I can take care of myself. Thanks already, now leave me alone.
Yeah, she's very ungrateful. But there's a few ways you can branch her sort of sub-story thing. So I did need to lay this dude out just to progress her storyline in the way that can be most amusing. So, I think at this point we'll go. There is a battle you need to fight out in the streets just to get it out of the way. I might do that. This whole thing's actually kind of bugged because well, you can participate in this fight, and then once you go back to base, everyone has a sook that you didn't participate in the fight, even though you capped a bunch of terrorists. Like, from memory, the real only way to do it is if you'll need to use ranged weapons, and you'll need to tear gas the friendlies, and then proceed to cap all the terrorists.
Denton, hey, it's Denton. You want these?
What? Gas grenades?
Look, I know he's your brother, but your brother gave us these things. Look at this. Irritation to all exposed mucous membranes. What's that gonna do?
Just tell Paul to give us bullets next time.
Here's one. Prolonged exposure can damage the bronchial pathways. Prolonged exposure? It's like giving them cigarettes or something.
Look, do you want these things?
You bet I want
Sure,
these things.
hand them over.
Here you go, with my compliments. Good luck.
Gas grenades are lit, man. In fact, we're going to be using them right about now. I just got hit with a tranq dart. I'm gonna have to use medkits or I'm about to die. Yeah, you can see what's gonna happen is I've gone to all this effort to try and clap some terrorists, and when I get back to base after this, all the guards are gonna be bitching at me because, like, oh, you know, you're too busy to help out in the street fight. It's like, come on, man. I waded in with a crowbar. What did you guys do? You got guns and stuff. Don't tell me it actually crashed. I think it actually crashed. There we go, first crash of the night. We had a good run. Had a very good run. Just relaunch. We will try that again. No, I'm not quitting yet. I might go for another 20 to 40 minutes. We'll see how we go. Anyway.
All clear. We took him out.
Yeah, you took him out with some help that you're never going to give me credit for. Very, very annoying. You had 60. We'll see how we go. I tell you what, if I manage to get another Twitch follower, we'll go for another 60 minutes.
I heard a lot of shooting outside. They told me to come in here.
The riot cops are running scared. Reminds me of Washington. I was there when the NSF overran Squalnomi, back when they were called the Northwest Secessionist Forces. Were you at Squalnomi? Yeah, it was night. They came in with thermoptic camo and we never picked them up on any of the sensors. What a goddamn mess. I didn't know. Had a hard time sleeping after that. Didn't do real good on the psych evals either. Got drummed out in short order. The Army probably didn't want to have any reminders hanging around. Yeah, and now look what they got. NSF in downtown Manhattan. Same guys that nearly whooped us in the Northwest. Bet the brass remembers Squalnomi now. Sorry, I ain't got no... Hey there. I'm Raphael. This here's Jake. Hey.
Those guys are...
Welcome to Tenderloin Clinic. Please proceed to the examining room.
Who will help the widow's son?
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were someone else.
No comment, chat. No comment. If you know, you know.
You look like the do-it-yourself type. How about the automated care plan? Only 2,000 credits. Medkits are 300.
Never mind.
As you wish.
Not now. Please. Leave me alone. Wait your turn. One of the doctors can help you.
Got a few credits?
You have the plague?
Nah. Cops ran us off the streets. Usually I go into the water tunnels in the warehouse district, but somebody boarded up the window.
You live in a tunnel?
Actually, I like to stay on the roof of this big apartment building. Nice view. It's not too cold. There's a freight elevator at the end of the tunnel.
Where's that window you were talking about?
It's a basement window in the park south of the hotel. One thing about the warehouse district, you've got to know which buildings are safe. Some have armed guards.
You must pay the doctors in cash before treatment can begin. Plague tests are free.
Rat tests are free, chat.
Hi, I'm in charge of law enforcement on this block. You doing alright?
Yeah. They told me to come in here. Is that okay?
Perfectly fine. Just making sure everyone's safe.
Hey, while you're at it, you ought to do something about the NSF. Perfectly good shelter.
You know what they're doing in this neighborhood?
Kicked us out of the old Osgood place. A bunch of us camping in the tunnels. Talk about rights, but when they want something, they take it.
Maybe I'll look into it. You take care of yourself.
I'm not the only one they threw out.
I want satisfaction.
We've done all that we can. It's time for you to go.
This is supposed to be a free clinic. Bet you do something if I had more money.
You've got the plague, sir.
You know, rich people don't get gray death.
Don't make me call security.
Like Mr. Billionaire Bob Page. He don't have it. The president don't have it. I never seen a movie star who's got it. You don't have it. Wait your turn.
You should be more appreciative. By helping you, this gentleman risks his own health.
But he won't give me any medicine.
Trust me, when there's a cure, the city will underwrite the cost. The virus threatens everyone.
I don't believe you.
And I won't hesitate to prescribe the treatment for you.
You better not.
Yeah, like Mr. Bob Payne. Like Mr. Elon Musk. This motherfucker trying to register a Twitch account just so he can balloon my playtime. Man, I've been up since like 5 a.m. It's for those following internationally, it's currently 10:23 p.m. locally, so I've been going for a good long while, but we shall continue. And here's another exploit you can do, assuming I have enough cash for it.
Thank you. The ones with the plague can be so stubborn sometimes.
Don't mention it.
Let me express my gratitude. You can have the automated care plan for $1,200. That's at a 40% discount. Or a med kit for $180.
I want the full program.
The code to the surgery bay is 2153. The medical bots will handle your case from now on.
Thanks, Doc. 2153. Game, you better not crash when I try to quick load. Really is interesting just how much of this game ended up becoming relevant, both intentionally and unintentionally. Yeah, you are a fair point. Hold on. I'll tell you what. Bear with me. We'll do it live. I'm regretting my life decisions, chat. It didn't work how I thought it might. That's why you don't do things like that. Try one more time. What? Maybe? Maybe? How does this look, chat? Does this look more alive?
Stares back at me.
Oh yeah, it's all like zoomed in and jacked up. Let's with this render, it looks like it's actually cycling through render modes that I don't want, which is a bit of a problem. I'll just save up, I'll relaunch the game, and I will put it in full screen. I might just be a little bit slower on the responses. So, the things I do for you, chat, the things I do for you. Okay. Let me know how this looks now. Hopefully it's all full screen and nice for you. Alright. Okay, looks like we're good. We're in business. And actually, if you're willing to be patient a moment more, I will in fact bring up Restream. Tell you what, for those who are in the know, having OIDC for your logins makes things pretty quick. Cool, we're in business. Sick. I got a chat up. It's just on a separate screen, so I will be a bit slow. Don't fall for the Aqualung noob trap. This mod is garbage. You get rebreathers in the game. If you put your skill points into the environmental thing, your rebreathers last for ages. And you should be taking at least one level of swimming as well, so yeah. Aqualung, trash, hot garbage. Toxic, the environmental resistance is nice. It does help you in some parts, especially if you're trying to do melee. You only get 3 torso slots, so you can actually use them with other orgs that are arguably better, but one of them you can kind of take or leave. It just helps your power use economy. It's not mandatory, it's nice, but yeah. For our purposes, we will just take the environmental resistance and get some of that free healing, and thanks Doc for the code. Wait, did I actually reload? I don't remember if I did or not. Whatever. It's not like we need the money anyway.
One of the doctors can help you.
Wait, is the chat still visible on... Yeah, it is. It's still there. Cool, alright. Yeah, you all have to read each other's garbage. So. In fact, it's not a good chat unless it's full of shit posts, in my opinion, so...
If you think you have gray death, please pick up an information.
Oh, look at that. I can open menus and shit now. Wonderful.
The riot cops are running scared. Reminds me of Washington.
So there's a few more things we need to do before we progress the main storyline. Hobo murder is on the cards.
Stay out of the ton. Bad shit going down.
I mean, you're not wrong. I got nothing. Ah, that's alright. Like, it's just just a couple of them talking absolute horse shit that most people will only pick up on the VOD anyway, but I love them for it, and I hope they never change. Alright, let's go raid Paul's stash. He's got all the munchies hanging out up here. Taking your soy chips, Paul, and there's nothing you can do about it. The only way this could have gone better is if Paul had tendies, but he doesn't. He doesn't even have a fridge, like, what is this? And that reminds me, I need to go back to the smugglers to get the thermoptic camo, don't I? Might chuck the hazmat for now, because we're not. Just chuck use the candy bars. Don't need candy bars. We just need our soy chips, don't we, chat? All soy all the time. You look like a big guy. Okay, you need to be quick on this one because they will and can gun down the hostages. Like that. Oh. First death. Let's try that again. This guy's a savage. Alright, we're gonna have to gas grenade it.
Uh-oh.
Make these guys some tough stuff.
Huh?
There we go.
Thanks. You saved my life.
Just a little bit of tear gas. Rub right out. Oh, that's right, there's one more terrorist. Gotta sort him out. Yeah, some of the sound effects in this game are a bit sus. There's also a door in the ton here that's a bit sus. And we're also going to steal this guy's credits and his keys.
You alright, Mr. Benton?
Fine, I think that's all of them. You got the guys upstairs, right?
Yeah. By the way, I saw your daughter down the street. She didn't look so good.
Sandra? Was she coming back to the hotel?
I took care of a thug who was harassing her, but she's still mixed up in some pretty nasty business. You'd better talk to her.
No more talking. If you see her, tell her I don't care what she's been doing. She can come home. No questions, no speeches.
I'll tell her she can trust you.
Vampire the Masquerade. Yeah, I've played Redemption and Bloodlines. Played Redemption once, like way back in the day, but I've played Bloodlines through a good 4 or 5 times. Classic game. I can't remember if there's anything up top here. Oh yeah, there was.
You saved my life.
Thanks for taking care of those guys. You from the police?
UNATCO.
Yeah? Well, you might be interested. I heard them talking. They said something about how they had just put in a generator in a warehouse a few streets south of here.
Did you catch the name of the street?
No, but they were talking about their security setup.
Anything interesting?
It sounded like there was underground access. They're using the word righteous as some kind of password.
That's very helpful. Thanks.
Thought I was a goner.
Now we have the key for this door. Speaking of sus, this dude is supremely sus. He actually has new lines here from this mod that aren't in the base game. And we'll get to that after we crowbar his door open and steal his medkit and bioelectric set. Nothing to see here, folks. Just they're just sleeping, and it's not chemically induced. They're just had a big day. Oh yeah. So why is this guy sus? I don't know. Let's go find out.
What are you doing here, lady? This is my place. This is my apartment, lady. I don't know what you want. Get out. Get out, get out, get out. Jen and Kyle just sleeping. That's all, lady. Jen and Kyle, they just sleeping. Get alone. leave me alone, lady. Get out, lady. Jen and Kyle, they just sleeping. Jen and Kyle just sleeping. Don't wake up. What are you doing here, lady? This is my place.
They're just sleeping, chat. Like I said, just sleeping. Thank you for your donation of Zion, buddy. I don't think the bodies have any more Zion. Yeah. Yeah, old mate is sus.
You saved my life.
I sure did, lady. And we got one more detour, and then we're gonna head into some human trafficking tunnels. As you do.
It's still going on, isn't it? They're shooting people right outside the bar. I don't know what to do. I gotta get home.
I talked to your father. He asked me to invite you back home. No strings attached.
How sweet.
You could at least let your father know you're all right.
He knows where I am.
You mad at him or something?
No, but I don't want him running my life like he runs that cheap hotel.
He doesn't do such a bad job.
He never got nowhere because he never took chances. That ain't me. I'm gonna do things my way.
I think you should be more grateful for what he's done. Let's leave it at that.
She's gonna do things her way, chat. She's doing it her way, where she just gets pimped out by shitty thugs. Bizarre.
Mind your own business.
You get what you deserve, I guess.
You'd help Sandra?
I think your friend is gonna be all right.
What about Johnny?
He's on his back in the alley.
Serves him right. About time.
What can you tell me about his boss, Jojo?
Oh, Jojo, he's nothing, man. We used to go out. His body mods? Cosmetic. Scars? I saw him cut his face one time just so he'd look mean.
Maybe I'll cap his ass, too.
Well, if you ever want to get into the warehouse where he hides out, I know the code. It's 3316.
Thanks. You've been very helpful.
And that is the reason why it's better to save her from whatever the guy's name was. She gives you the code. That's one entry for your objective. Yeah, it's like old mate in the hotel trying to make ends meet. You know, take care of his hotel and his daughter, and she's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna go get
I don't
pimped
need
out."
you or anybody telling me what to do.
You're not the boss of me. It's all so tiresome. Yeah, too respectable. Not doing none of that. Again, year 2000. Like, if this were today, she'd be like, "Nuh-uh, Dad. Got my OnlyFans." This game didn't know just how many ways it was ahead of its time. Anyway, we need a inventory slot. We do. Okay.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Hey, you look like the vigilante type. What if I said I knew where you could load up on military hardware?
You mean that guy smuggler across the street?
Already know him, huh? Too bad. Hey, how about I tell you about something you can't hear from anybody else?
What's that?
Area 51. You heard of it, right?
Actually, I'd rather hear if you know anything about the thug that goes by the name of Jojo.
I worked out there. Most people think they got aliens from another planet, but I didn't see any flying saucers. You want to hear about it? I'll tell you. For the price of a beer.
It's a steep price.
What can I get you?
You work here, you must know the area. Heard of anyone hiding a large generator?
Not exactly, but if it's anywhere, it's probably in the warehouse district.
Where's that?
A few blocks south. Not a bad walk, but the riot police have blocked the roads because of the NSF.
I'd like to check it out.
Well, you may be out of luck. Even though one of the old warehouses faces onto the park, I don't know how you'd get inside.
Sounds like a good place to start.
Something to drink? Everything in the bar, snacks too, just 10 credits.
JC's already standing on the tables. She needs to be cut off.
That's some heavy augmentation.
Yeah. Axionatco, what's it to you?
I'm in the business.
Well, I was in an early program, okay? I can still polish a glass. Good luck with your business.
It thoroughly amuses me that even when you're not trying to, the amount of opportunities you have as a nano-org agent
The tap's out. Only bottles.
to flex on the mechs, it's just... it's pretty great.
A beer.
Yes.
Alright, yes. Chat.
What do you have?
I will bump the voices in a sec. Yeah, I know, right? Like, what's his face just doing his damn best running that hotel, and yeah. What can you do, chat? What can you do?
You can have this beer.
I appreciate it.
You can have the
I know
beer.
for a fact it's not just for government research. I've seen all kinds of executives coming and going.
I'm sure plenty of bureaucrats fly out there.
Billionaires, big executives. I think the whole place has been taken over by a private corporation.
Not likely.
Something's going on underground. I'm a pilot, which means I didn't get any access to the main complex. But a lot of rock comes out of there. It's some kind of mine. But what I don't understand is why they're always laying more fiber optic cables.
A pilot? What do you fly?
Copters. You know what I think? I think that's where the UN moved Echelon 4 back when they promised they were going to stop spying on people.
Surveillance is a very distributed technology. To centralize it in one large facility would be very unusual, even for the UN.
I bet they did it. They want to centralize everything. Every computer on the planet.
Again, ahead of its time.
Know anything that's worth the price of a beer?
This old bird's had enough. Hell, I'm about to go on duty.
What kind of chopper pilot starts work at midnight?
You're with UNATCO, right?
Why do you ask?
I'm the one that flies your brother Paul to Hong Kong. He told me to watch out for you.
I didn't know UNATCO hired pilots.
The black choppers are run by the NSA to support various classified operations. Pentagon uses them, the CIA. They hired me because I don't ask any questions.
What was Paul's assignment in Hong Kong?
Like I said, I know how to keep a secret.
So he's holding something back. The reason UNATCO transferred him back to the States.
Listen to your brother, JC. Respect his experience. Let's leave it at that.
So that whole comment about the centralization of data and whatnot becomes very salient once you once you get to a later point in the game. Without spoiling it, again, this game is just so unbelievably far ahead of its time with the kind of concerns it raises about particularly the rise of AI and the data centralization that comes with it. Doesn't matter what end of the spectrum you sit on regarding that. It's just it's very fascinating to be in the future that this game looks into, and just to see how many parallels there actually are. Again, both intentionally and unintentionally. It's fascinating.
From a drug dealer?
We're talking about your wife, the Grey
Oh
Death.
yeah, voice volume. Let me do that.
I spill my drink. I spill my drink.
I don't know. If I gave it to her, and it was cut...
Jojo's good for it. People know him. He'd be hanging from a streetlight if he was selling bad vaccine. Hey, Shay, Cape Cod. Here's a little vodka this time. Coming up.
Guess I have to do something. Yes?
I think you get more info if you're nice, but let's just be shits.
Tell me where you plan to get Ambrosia, or I'll make sure you're arrested on conspiracy charges.
You a cop? We were just talking.
Mind your own business.
So Ambrosia's being sold on the street.
Hey, back off, miss. Leave the customers alone. Yeah, back off.
I don't know about you cats, but if you want information out of me...
So, the Stanley account is...
Feeding me drinks is a pretty good place
More
to start.
strikes, this time in Baltimore and D.C.
Alright, one last thing we need to do here before we go underground is have a chat with this fellow.
Joe Green, Midnight Sun, glad to know you. What can you tell me about what's going on out there?
Sorry, regulations prevent me from talking to the press.
Regulations, huh? So you are part of the crackdown.
Like I said, I have nothing to say.
Too stylish for the National Guard? Too athletic for NYPD? You must be from UNATCO.
I really can't be bothered right now.
Now, one bit of unique dialogue you can get out of this game is if you do something with this NPC. We'll just need to split real quick. Oh, 150 accomplishment points for icing the reporter. Actually, it's not for icing the reporter, but it's just amusing. I don't know what you folks are drinking now, chat, but I just moved on to the limoncello. It is rather nice.
These tunnels aren't on the New York City sewer maps. Weird. I have no information on what you might be getting into. It seems worth following up.
Yes. Tunnels under New York City, chat. I will not provide further comment on this, but there you go.
Sergeant, is that...
I just love the mental image of, you know, this super sophisticated nano-augmentation filled agent. She's all pro and trained and you know, schmick. And we're just running through and like beating people to death with the crowbar. So, it's pretty nice. I think that was the wrong password. I think we find the right one soon.
Whoever's out there, give yourself up.
MJ12 coup d'etat. Check the chat. $3 wine and 4 roses, alright. $3 wine, that's like, even for cheap wine, that's a good deal. I remember buying clean skins and stuff for, they would never get less than like $5. $3 is a bargain. Oh, you ran out of your Everclear? Rip. Through this way you can actually get some extra like multi-tools and lockpicks and stuff. I can't remember if there's skill points through there, but honestly it's too much faffing about for not a whole lot of gain, so we're just going to ignore it for now. And by for now I mean forever. There is a bug in this area, so this liquid will actually hurt you, but there's a way to avoid the damage.
Did anybody else hear something?
I have never seen a bottle of wine for less than $5. I'm not kidding. Like, any time I went to even Dan's, a clean skin never goes for less than $5. Which, it is obviously the patrician choice over the old goon bag, but in fact, even like in times gone by when I was drinking goon bags, I don't think I've ever seen a goon bag for less than $7 back in the day. Goodness knows what they go for now. I think we can actually make one of the soldiers open this for us, but... we might just hack it. I don't know what time it is where you are, cats, but I do hope that you have some kind of beverage in your hand.
This area is an old water treatment facility. I wonder what all these paramilitary types are doing down here. But considering what the smuggler said, I would imagine this is where they're holding his friend, Forge Schick.
Nearly 5 o'clock, alright. Well, that is a perfectly reasonable time to be cracking open a can of sustenance, or a bottle of sustenance of some kind, so... do hope it is appropriate for you to indulge with us if you can.
Whoever's out there, aim for the head. Falling back. Falling back.
And there you go. Problem solved. Oh yeah. Some kind of Cyrillic or something symbol in there. Rarely drink. Well, each to their own.
You must be Ford Schick.
Who are you?
Smuggler sent me. Who's holding you here? I don't recognize the uniforms of the soldiers.
I don't know. They're private security for a biotech company or something. They had me doing antibody work.
Corporate security isn't usually outfitted to fight a ground war.
They're doing experiments on people. They don't want anybody finding out.
Wait here while I deal with security.
Tell me when the coast is clear.
Tell you what, the only way this could have been more on the nose if it was about smuggling children.
Let's get out of here. Tell me.
Again, when your tinfoil hat becomes a crown of knowledge, I'll just remind everyone about the FBI disclosure of the finders. And I will say nothing else. Bottle of something stronger once or twice a year. That's fair. Being the Australian that I am, I tend to buy a bottle of something stronger once or twice a month. Which is an improvement because in my younger days it was once or twice a week. Not condoning or encouraging it, but it is what it is. Looks like chat is asking where you are. Well, I mean specifically said where in Russia are you? I mean, well, it's not only Russia that uses Cyrillic, but that Jason yeah. Oh, Latvia. Wonderful. I have always wanted to visit the Baltic countries. All of them. Except maybe Estonia. Every interaction I've had with Estonians has been really weird. They're very strange people, Estonians. But Latvians and Lithuanians seem alright in my book.
Let's get out of here. Tell me.
Let's get this crate down here. Can be rather cold. I'm sure they can, but the thing is, I am heavily autistic, so people being cold is is not really a deal breaker, let me tell you. Here.
Working on immunoglobulin and coatings.
So there you go, chat. A well-equipped, well-funded paramilitary organization black bagging people and smuggling them through underground tunnels. Presented to you without further comment. Might use this medkit while we got it. Yeah.
Hey, baby, what you got under that coat? Why are you looking at me like that? God damn, I was just playing, girl. All right? All right, lady. I was just playing. All right, lady. I was just playing.
This guy. You know, in 2025, I'm gonna let his cat call go. I'm not gonna cap him. I feel validated by his attention. Oh yeah, there's some ammo back here if you're using the 10 mil. Just FYI. I've got a feeling the reason Paul skitzed out was because I was just clapping random Unako soldiers, so we might just leave those police alone. I think at this point we will go and get that thermoptic camo I left at Smuggler's, and then we will proceed with the mission objective. Just checking the time.
Yes. Password?
Blood.
Reminders about community guidelines. Well, you have been warned, YouTube chat. You have been warned.
I got your friend out.
Ford, is he all right?
Fine. You were right about those troops. Definitely not NSF.
They're the CIA. They capture people and use them for medical experiments.
I wouldn't go that far. You said you'd make it worth my while.
Since you helped Ford, I'll cut you a deal. I'll give you a scope that will fit most handguns and rifles for 700 credits, a bioelectric cell for 250, or some light amplification goggles for 1125.
This motherfucker, right? So he tries to peddle his lamp goggles for 3.5k, and then he like drops it by more than 2k. It's like, oh yeah, man, I'm making you a real good deal here. It's like, brother, they are fucking useless.
Well, you know where to find me.
No problem.
Absolute noob trap if you never found them before. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get those tech goggles, they're gonna be great. No, useless. Don't fall for it, chat. Actually, here's a question for you, cats. I am a collector of rare and unique spirits and liquors from across the world. I have a modest but interesting collection with some things you just cannot get in most countries because they're very localized. Like, you know, some indigenous spirits from parts of Asia and stuff like that that you can really only get if you're in that country. Is there any kind of sort of, you know, native either brewed or distilled liquor in Latvia that you can really only find in Latvia that is either not very common or, you know, impossible to get outside in other places? Recognizing you don't seem to drink so much, and maybe you don't know, but I thought I'd ask nonetheless. Rigas, oh, sure. I'm probably butchering that. Yeah, that's fair. I didn't really expect you to have an answer, but as I said, I'm a collector, so it's I thought I would ask anyway, but I will look that up right now. Let's see. Riga Black Balsam. Traditional Latvian liqueur. A secret recipe created in 1752 by an apothecary. That is actually, like, super interesting. My goodness. A secret recipe, my goodness. Exported to 30 countries, several variations of the balsam with blackcurrants, cherries, and even brandy. Fascinating. Fascinating. Thank you. That actually is legit interesting. I will see if I can track down that. We do have some like specialty liquor importers and stuff here. So I will add that to my list of things to keep an eye out for, because that does sound very, very interesting, and I would love to try it given the opportunity. So thank you very much. Anyway, with this, there are a few ways we can approach this. Actually, I vaguely recall up here through this door, sorry to double back, but I am almost certain there is a, an ore canister in here that we want. So I might sack one of my multi-tools and we'll take a look. Yeah, I don't, I mean, local beers and vodkas is, sure enough, I'd like to try them anyway, but yeah, I'm more looking for sort of specialty things that are like super unique to particular locales, and that balsam that you have made me aware of, it sounds just exactly what I'm looking for, so yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's right, first upgrade canister, so I think I have probably mentioned it, so this shouldn't be much of a... Anyway. Shouldn't be much of a surprise, but we don't have the speed boost yet. Alright, we'll just wait on the melee upgrade, because that, I think level 2 melee basically makes our crowbar a one-shot even at the like front of enemies, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. Chat, do we have proof of life for old mate who was hopping into the $3 wine and the whatever it was, the 4 roses? Are you still alive, bro? Empty upgrade canisters, man. The most precious piece in my oddity collection, I have... Actually, allow me to just pause temporarily and I shall briefly elaborate. So, I have spent quite a bit of time in Southeast Asia and particularly the Philippines. My wife is from the Philippines. The last time I was in the Philippines, I had recently become aware of their sort of indigenous spirit that they have been distilling for a long, long time. Some sources that I read said even before the Spanish arrived to colonize them, but even if we assume that it was around the same time, that's also cool, because that still means it's been going on for, I don't know, circa 400 years or so. Anyway, they make a distilled spirit called lambanog, which they make from palm sap wine. So they have various kinds of palm sap wine. The one that I'm most familiar with is called tuba, which I really want to try, but it's very, very difficult to get in the parts of the Philippines that I've visited, although apparently very common in other parts. Anyway, long story short, I was in a remote part of the Philippines and at a restaurant, and they happened to serve lambanog. Now, lambanog is not as common nowadays because there's been a few high-profile cases of methanol poisoning related to it. And also, the younger Filipinos aren't very interested in it, seen sort of a, well, as far as I understand, it's seen as sort of a old people's drink and so forth. Anyway, this restaurant was actually selling it, but the sauce that they had was the owner's uncle out in the middle of fucking nowhere in like remote parts of the Philippines. Just some old dude on this dodgy ass still in the middle of nowhere cranking out bottles of this palm sap wine distilled into liquor. And you know, they assured me it was safe, which I would have to assume considering they were selling it in the restaurant. And I tried it in the restaurant. I was like, wow, this is really interesting, really cool. It's almost like a cane spirit, like a cachaça or something, but because it's from palm sap, it's got a very interesting character. Now, I don't know where this single bottle that I have, you know, as far as its provenance or quality, but I can tell you that it seems to be reasonably well made. It seems to be give or take 50% ABV, and it is a fascinating drink to sip. Just a very unique character that you cannot find anywhere else. You can treat it basically as you would any sort of rum, light rum or cane spirit. You could, you know, make mojitos with it. You could probably even make a margarita with it, to be honest, because it has almost tequila-like characteristics as well because of what it gets from the palm. But yeah, fascinating drink, and it is the sort of the crown jewel of my collection. Yeah. Yeah, you triggered my autism topic. I will cease my discussion of liquor at this point. However, it is also getting rather late in my time, and this is probably a good point to call it a night, considering we're on the cusp of a pretty big level. So I would just like to thank everyone for hanging out. It's been great. I do stream roughly the same time every, well, my time Saturday, but same time every week. If you have enjoyed the music, again, please check my stuff out on Spotify. You can find my latest release, Devour Dark Sun, on my streaming platforms. And a big thank you again to GW_X9 for letting me use his music in my playlist as well. So, thank you everyone, and we will see you again. Good night.
Service never ends. Our service never ends.